Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to take a tour into one of India's most exciting industries, biotechnology. Seriously, if you've ever wondered how you can mix a love for science with a real mission to improve people's lives, then you are in exactly the right place. So, let's dive in and see how you can be a part of this incredible story.
So what even is biotechnology when you get right down to it? Well, at its heart, it's actually pretty simple. It's all about harnessing living systems, everything from tiny little microbes to complex cells, and using them to create things that genuinely help us all.
And look, this isn't just some abstract textbook idea. This is the real-world science that's behind the vaccines that protect us all. Think about the huge work done by the Serum Institute and Biotech. It's the engine driving precision medicines that can target diseases with unbelievable accuracy. And it's behind the genetic tests that can tell us about our health risks. It is literally all around us right now. And the sheer scale of the opportunity here in India, it's just mind-blowing. We are talking about more than 6,000 biotech companies. This isn't some small niche field anymore. It is a massive, booming ecosystem that is absolutely hungry for new talent. Okay, so with an industry that big, the number one question is probably, so where do I fit in? Good question. Let's break down the main career paths and help you figure out exactly where your spot is in this amazing landscape.
First up, let's talk about manufacturing and production. This is where the science gets real, on a massive scale. If you're someone who likes to get your hands dirty and see tangible results, this is for you. You're the one who takes a brilliant idea from a lab and scales it up to produce millions of doses of life-saving vaccines or insulin that people depend on every single day. You're operating the bioreactors, making sure everything runs perfectly.
And the financial growth here is really solid. You might start out in that 3.5 to 5 lakh range, but as you build up that experience, moving into a senior or manager role, that number can climb all the way up to 25 lakhs or even more. That's a huge potential jump from where you start.
All right, path number 2, research and development, or R&D. If manufacturing is all about making the product, R&D is about creating it in the first place. This is the frontier, You're the innovator, designing the experiments, engineering genes, discovering that next breakthrough molecule. Maybe it's the next big cancer therapy from a company like Biocon. This is really for the endlessly curious people out there.
And that kind of deep scientific expertise, well, it's highly valued. You can see the starting salary is strong, but the potential for a principal scientist is incredible, reaching up to 35 lakhs per year. This is really a path for those who want to become true masters of their scientific craft.
Next up, we have quality. I want you to think of this role as being the ultimate guardian of patient safety. Seriously, nothing gets to a patient without your sign-off. You're not just running tests. You are the final line of defense. You're the one who makes sure a medicine heals and never, ever harms. It's a role with a ton of responsibility.
And the salary journey here really reflects that huge responsibility. It's a steady, consistent climb, rewarding all that meticulous work and deep understanding of the rules. For anyone with a great eye for detail and discipline, this is an incredibly stable and rewarding path to take.
Our fourth path is regulatory affairs. Okay, this is for the person who loves both science and strategy. You get to be the critical bridge between your company's amazing innovation and the really complex world of global regulations. You're basically the diplomat of science, the one who gets a vital Indian-made drug approved by the US FDA or the European Medicines Agency, opening it up to the entire world. And because that skill set is so unique and so vital, the compensation is, well, excellent. As you grow into a specialist and maybe even a manager or a global head, you become one of the most valuable people in the whole company, and you'll have a salary that definitely reflects that. Now for a role that has a really direct human impact, clinical research. This is the stage where a potential new medicine gets tested in people for the very first time. You're the one managing the trials, looking at patient data, and then, even after the drug is on the market, you're monitoring its safety out in the real world. You are right at the center of that drug's journey to the patient.
With India fast becoming a global hub for clinical trials, the demand for people in this area is just exploding. You can see the strong salaries for associates and project managers, and it just highlights a field with so much room for growth, for leadership, and for making a global impact.
And finally, let's talk about the future, which is really now: bioinformatics and data science. This is where biology literally meets big data. If you love science, but you also love to code, this is calling your name. You're using AI and machine learning to analyze entire genomes, to model new drugs. You're basically unlocking biological secrets that are hidden in mountains and mountains of data.
And it's pretty clear that there's a huge premium placed on this hybrid skill set. The salary potential here is right up there with the top-tier R&D roles, and that's because combining biology and data science is one of the most powerful and sought-after skills in the entire industry today.
So, we've covered the core career paths, which is awesome. But where is all of this going? Let's take a little peek into the future and look at the new frontiers that are shaping biotech in India as we speak.
You're going to want to keep your eyes on these 3 game-changing areas. First, cell and gene therapy, like CAR-T, which is completely revolutionizing cancer treatment. Then you have biosimilars, which are making super expensive drugs way more accessible. And finally, AI in manufacturing, which is just making everything smarter and more efficient. These are the next big waves, and they're happening right now.
Okay, this all sounds pretty incredible, right? But how do you actually turn all this inspiration into action? Let's build out your personal roadmap and figure out how to get you started on this journey.
Think of it like this. A bachelor's degree is your entry ticket. It gets you in the door for key roles like quality control and production. A master's degree, that opens up the doors to R&D and regulatory affairs. And for those of you who want to lead the most groundbreaking research, a PhD is your path. It's a really clear, achievable progression. And when you look at the whole journey, it's just one of incredible growth. It doesn't really matter which path you end up choosing, the potential is obvious. You start out as a fresher, but with skill and with experience, you can move into that mid-level and then senior lead bracket where the earning potential is just massive. The growth is real, and it is totally within your reach. So let's just pull this all together. Why does this matter so much, especially right now? And more importantly, what is your role in this future? Just let that sink in for a second. That's really the heart of it, isn't it? A career in biotech isn't just a job. It's a calling. It's about being part of something so much bigger than yourself, developing therapies that save lives, creating vaccines that change the world, and making a real, tangible difference in the health of millions. Look, this industry isn't just growing, it's positioning India as a true global leader in biopharma. The opportunities are here, the growth is happening now, and the need for smart, talented people like you has never, ever been greater. So really, the only question left is, how are you going to be a part of it?